would have been my mother because that's the sort of woman that she was. I've told y'all the story of the history of my mom and my dad. I've talked about it extensively. Um, Matter of fact, my brother E and I had a conversation yesterday. I'm not going to disclose what we talked about, but it is safe to say that my mother would have loved Elijah. My mother would have absolutely been crazy over Elijah. First off, Elijah is a month younger than me, a little under a month younger than me. Secondly, Elijah's birthday coincides with my son Sinjay's birthday. My mother would have loved Elijah. With that accent, E, come on, man. My mom would have. Mom would have flipped out. With hold on, with that accent, buddy? Nah, buddy. Thomas, where is he from? Mom, he's from England. Why does he sound like that? My mother was like, that accent is so cute. It would have been, come on now. You out here sounding like Michael Caine. I'm out here sounding like Mike Tyson. My mother would have just, come on now. Um, I am reading comics. And you know what, PMR, thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me of that. I told y'all there are three things that I was raised on: my mother, comic books, and Prince. Morning over there on YouTube. I'm sorry it took me so long. It's been a morning. I do need to start doing more content about the comics that I read. Now, I'm not King Lion. I don't come out here with like 11 different facts and shit. Like, y'all not getting that out of me. But PMR, like, you are absolutely right. I need to hone in on more of the things outside of the political stuff, outside of the anger, outside of the bashing of MAGA. I need to do more. I do. Maybe that'll be since I've got this main account on TikTok and my backup is the Sound of Coffee. Maybe I'll start doing more of that over there. Comic Hall. Filming when I go to a comic, my favorite, my local comic book shop, which is Fanboy in Macon. Show you guys, hey, this is what I'm picking up. This is what I'm picking up. What do you guys think? This storyline, this, that, and the third. Maybe I should start doing more of that. See, even he said it. Me too, doing more therapeutic content. Exactly, because I want y'all to desperately know as much of the villain aspect that y'all see, there is someone else there. Now, mind you, I've always told you, there is no daylight between Thomas McCormick and Thomas Bishop. None. We're the same person. Thomas Bishop has just turned up to 11. As a matter of fact, if you really want to know truthfully, I should have put Thomas/Bishop because, never mind. That'll be in the book. You're going to have to buy the book to understand that. But there is more to me than anger. There is way more to me than anger. There is way more to me than rage and snark and arrogance. I listen. I've been wanting to brag about the absolute universe since it started. I'm not playing, man. Playboy parking lot. Which he come over with the Playboy parking lot. Morning Nana, love you. I see you, big sis. I love you. Theme Park's in the building with her beautiful self. Because no community. Jake Thomas is in the building. I see you over there, Wolfie. I see you. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning, Annabelle. Merv, we got a Merv sighting. We got a Merv sighting. It is more because I'm not a one dimensional person. I'm not. I've never been a one dimensional person. There are layers. There's layers to every one of y'all. I want y'all to understand that there are layers to every one of y'all. I love using her as an example, and I know she probably gets bothered by it, but have y'all ever asked Mary Greenberg what is her favorite dish and whether or not she cooks it or not? Because I guarantee you, Mary is more than adoption stories. Mary is loving content. Mary is family content. Hell, she might not be able to cook, but she might be able to tell you what her favorite dish is. Nana J is more than just a Nana. I've been telling you that. You are more than Professor Moriarty. Wrote you a sign in your DMs. I should have sent it to you sooner. Hey, theme park, there is no such thing as late. And I thank you for even taking the time. Sorry in advance, bro, but today I'm not in a good way today. I got you, Wolfie. This is why it is important for you to come here, Wolfie. Because even when you're not in a good way, we are here for you. My mother was about community. She didn't trust a whole lot of people. Don't. It wasn't like she left us. My mother did not trust a lot of people. But the things that she taught me and the way she showed love was indescribable. Here's some single mother raising understanding that a lot of people don't have. Let me tell y'all something. My mother never made it to one of my track meets. Not a single one. Not a single one. She never went to my track meets. I would tell her I was having a track meet. She'd say, good luck. And she'd go to work. And my track, got to make sure the siblings are there. At one point, me and my sister Lizzie were both on the track team. So Rocky and Quisha had to fend for themselves. But she never made one of my track meets, but she made every one of my parent-teacher conferences. Every one. Every one. In fact, she was so good that from my 8th grade year, which would be my sister Lizzie's 7th, until I graduated high school, my mother was on a first name basis with my principals and my damn counselors. Straight up. Annabelle, yes, we are onions. There's more to us. We have layers, damn it. Magpie said, Professor Moriarty offered me to talk about mental health. Mental. I appreciate it a lot, and it will take some time for me to open up about some things. And you know why he did that, Wolf? Magpie? Because that's the person that I know. That is the person I know. That is the oh my goodness. Hey Bree, um, today is the 5th year anniversary of the passing of my mother. My mother's favorite color was lavender. So it's lavender. And by the way, Bree Woodson for Congress. If y'all are not following that account, you absolutely need to. Let's get a good woman. Let's get a good woman elected to Congress. If you live in Georgia, um, Bree Woodson is running to be the second youngest congresswoman, and she's trying to make sure that old Torn Labrum doesn't get a nomination. So y'all need to be following Bree Woodson for Congress. Hey Bree, let me know when you want to come down here so we can go look around at some of the places you can have your campaign offices and stuff like that. Also, I love you. Um, my mother, you, every every child of a single mother has those stories, these stories about how mom made a way out of no way. Like, goddamn Tupac even made Dear Mama because of that. Oh shit, I'm grabbing the coffee shine again as the creamer. Oh Lord, listen, Amanda, Witchy gonna have to be drunk out here, dog. Witchy, Witchy gonna be drunk. Check last comment. Today was given some sort of my big sister's ashes, my big sis that I lost earlier this year, and it finally hit me that I will never get to have another conversation with her ever again. Wolfie, yes, you will. Give you a secret, Wolfie. Before I moved from Kansas City, I would go see my mom once a month. I was telling E this yesterday. Nobody ever has to tell me that mom is in a better place in this great big. I know where my mother is. I know where she is. She sits in a cemetery overlooking a highway in the one cemetery place she wanted to be buried. So once a month I would go and I would talk to her. My aunt is buried right next to her. My aunt Coco is buried right next to her. So I talk to them both now. I always know my way there. From where I'm sitting right now in Georgia, I can drive directly to that cemetery. Doesn't matter what time I know at night it'll be locked, but I know during the day it'll be open. So if I show up during the day, I know exactly where my mother is. I can talk to my mom anytime I want. And that's the same thing for you, Wolfie. You can talk. Look, live visibility restricted. I want y'all to, and I'm so serious about this. Why my live visibility is restricted because it primarily directs people off platform. Are you out of your mind? What? I just directed y'all to a cemetery in Kansas City, Missouri. There's off app. There you go. There's my off app. I just directed y'all to a damn cemetery in Kansas City, Missouri. Up scroll. When TikTok gets on your nerves, you can always up scroll. I'm telling y'all, I'm so serious. I'm going to start doing more content over there. I am so going to start doing more content over there. E, if you heard me say anything like, oh, everybody this way. That's why you see more ads on this bitch than people. But I'm not going to let them stop me. I don't care. So, Wolfie, you can talk to your big sister anytime you want. You can continue to have those conversations. And when you're looking for an answer, feel it. Feel it. Listen, Magpie gonna yell Substack every day. Magpie says, Substack, mother. Substack, baby. There are so many incredible stories of children being raised by a single mother. My story, as much as I love that woman, I know there were a lot of tremendous mothers raising children alone. I know there are a bunch of tremendous fathers raising children alone. Single parenthood is not this albatross around your neck. Single parenthood just means that you had one parent that was doing the job of two. My mother taught me that. It wasn't like my father wasn't in the picture. He was there. He split when I was 11, came back when I was 15, then he just would not go. And here it is. He's been gone since 98. Next year, he will have been gone longer than the same amount of time that I had him in my life. Next year. But I also know, more than you striking Viking, I also know that people denigrate and shit on black single mothers way too goddamn much. And if you come out and you defend black single motherhood, you look like, oh, well, you a simp. You a simp. No, it's not that I'm simping. It is because I come from that. Everything y'all, if there's anything you love about me, understand that it came from the teachings and raising of a single mother. My mother is the strongest woman I have ever known. I tell these stories about how my mother raised me and my siblings, not because I want to celebrate the hardships and no, the hardships she had to go through, but because it shows you the strength of somebody that loves their children. I told you, mom never made one of my track meets. Not a one. Not a single one. Even when they were held over at Paseo or Central or Southeast, my mother never made them. But she damn sure made sure to make my parent teacher conferences. Everyone asking questions. If she would have a copy of my grade card, my sister's grade card, my brother's grade card, my little sister's grade card. She would have a copy of our grade cards and would go directly to the classes and talk to the teachers and ask, why did I get that grade? That was what my mother did. Murr said, got great news. My lung doctor's appointment. Lungs looking great considering I'm battling scardosis and asthma. Merv is looking good, y'all. Thank you, Merv, for giving us that update. We love you, man. It's a testament to that. It is a testament to that. I stand on the shoulders of a woman who literally made sure that I knew who I was and to never be ashamed of it. To never be ashamed of it. My mother raised me and my siblings to love each other, even when we're fighting. Even when we're fighting, to love each other. You don't go to war with your siblings. You ain't supposed to. You ain't supposed to. You fight with them. You might argue amongst yourself with them, but if push comes to shove and somebody comes in and tries to talk shit, they're gonna get hit by all of you. One of my mother's favorite stories is telling me that her and my Uncle Bubba were having an argument. Her little brother, they were having an argument in a bar or something, right? And some dude walks up and wanted to start talking shit to my Uncle Bubba. And my Uncle Bubba and my mom beat the brakes off his ass. Like, you don't argue. You see us arguing, bitch. You stay out of it. He came in and tried to take my mom's side, and my mom was like, what? My Uncle Bubba hit him, my mom hit him. He beat the shit out of this dude for trying to talk. Like, come on now. How did my mother feel about me joining the military? Mom knew that was the only thing I ever really wanted to do in life. We're talking from a young age. A young age. 7, okay? I was 7. I've told y'all that story. My father, I ain't gonna let you do that. Mom knew that was my dream. Mom knew it. So she reminded me of it. My mother would, if I started screwing up, my mother would dangle that shit in the face. You think the Army gonna take that shit, Thomas? No, ma'am. She kept me on track. I ran up on the Army recruiter in like 10th, 11th grade. I ran up on her that damn, it was our first class. He was like, oh, no, I want to join the Army, sir. Like, oh, hey, kid. Hey, man. Hey, little boy. He was like, hey, oh.
Whoa, brother. Whoa. Now, you got too much dip on your chip.
Get your little ass out of here. You're a junior, right? But when my senior year, I saw him again, and he got in touch. He's like, can I talk to your mom? I said, okay, cool. So I gave him my mom's work phone number, and him and my mother became good friends. He would come over and check, Miss McCormick, how's he doing? Yeah, he's over there failing American history. I wasn't failing it. It was boring. Like, especially when they teach American history in inner city schools. Listen, we don't get much. Like it. I took a world history class in freshman year, and I was thinking, yo, I don't need to take no more history. And it was like, nope, to graduate, you got to take American history. So my senior year, I took American history. And let me tell y'all something. I don't know what y'all get in those funded white schools, but I'm telling you, in the black school, we got George Washington was on a boat. They had slaves. Once the slaves was over with, George Washington Carver made some peanut butter, and Martin Luther King made a speech. Somebody killed Kennedy, both of them. That was it. That was it. We didn't get shit. White schools got a whole, listen, white schools, and they would take the slavery part out. Man, look at here. Just Daryl too's in the building. Good morning, Daryl. Let me tell y'all something. Ask anybody with an inner city education about American history. Boy, look. The native people were here, then they ain't here no more. Then George Washington was on a boat in the Potomac when it was frozen. Then he became the first president. Benjamin Franklin learned how to invented electricity with a key. There was some slavery. Then they had the Civil Wars. White people killing white people and shit. Like, what is this? I'm getting dumber watching you tell me this bullshit. And then, once the Civil War was over with, apparently, little George Washington Carver just started making peanut butter out of peanuts. Harry Tubman freed some people. And for real, after Harry had freed some people, we had to deal with some bullshit down south. From somebody. We don't, the ghost of people. They were wearing white sheets. We didn't know what the fuck. Listen, well-funded white schools, y'all history was in like 4D. Like they had like pop-up books and pop-up books that was the size of cities. Come enjoy American history. You close it, and all of a sudden, whoa! The Indians, or as we call them now, the native and indigenous people, they had buffalo, and we didn't. So we asked them, can we have buffalo? They said no, so we took it anyway. Like, y'all get 3D interactive. Y'all get like a Zordon from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What do you want to learn about history? Not in them inner city schools. Them inner city schools, they just like that Marvin Gaye song, Inner City Blues. America had some slaves. Then they didn't have them slaves. George Washington Carver made peanut butter. Like that was, you know what I mean? That was. But my mother kept in touch with that recruiter, and the recruiter was there. Your post about whiny young white men was fantastic. Thank you. My mother and my recruiter became good friends, which is wild. But she was there when I raised my hand with the oath of enlistment the first time. She was taking me. Good morning, North Carolina. Hold on. Murr said, guess I got lucky. Philly was teaching the real. Then again, we were a few years post move bombing. Exactly. Hey, Merv, the Philadelphia School District made sure y'all learned about everything because they dropped a whole ass bomb on the MOVE organization. Later, like shit. I think we just eradicated a bunch of goddamn people. Hey, we better teach all the history then, cause it's we gotta pay something to that. But my mother was there when I did the oath of enlistment the first time. My mother took a bus to come see me graduate from Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And I think she was probably like the only person I needed there. I didn't need like my whole family there. I just needed mom. So she was there when my journey in the United States military started. And she passed away 1 month before it finally came to its end. You know what I mean? It is it shiveringly cold in Georgia? Not yet, Jay Thomas. And please don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't do that. Mm-mm. Jay Thomas out here talking about shiveringly cold in Georgia, and I'm over here going, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put that evil on us yet, Jay Thomas. But I remember when I went to Afghanistan. But no, I don't, E. The hell with that shit. I remember when I went to Afghanistan, or when I got orders to go to Afghanistan. What I did was they allowed us 2 weeks leave to go and take care of everything. So the first thing I did was I went to Kansas City and I saw mom. And mom did something for me that she absolutely didn't have to. I've told y'all the story of the mama's recipe: baked beans and hamburger or ground beef. She made that when she knew I was coming home. And I sat and I ate with her and talked and laughed. Mom loved that powdery coffee mate creamer, original coffee mate creamer. We sat there and laughed, and I ate mama's recipe and drank coffee and just hung out with my mother. And I admitted to her, I said, Mom, I'm scared. I'm scared. And she said, Thomas, you ain't got nothing to be scared of. You are well trained, you are disciplined, and this is what you wanted to do. I don't think anything will happen bad to you. I don't. And I just know my mother was a prayerful woman. My mother was a prayerful woman. So I knew I knew I knew I had backup. And I admitting I was afraid to my mom was the natural thing. I couldn't do that. Like I love my please don't misunderstand me. I love my wife with everything in me. I admitted to her how afraid I was after I admitted it to my mom. Because I always looked like, are any of your kids in the military? No. No, they're not. Um, Maybe the grandkids, I don't know. Because it might skip a generation because my father was in World War II. My Uncle Bubba was in Vietnam. I've got two cousins that are Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. My cousin Matthew is a Marine, and my cousin Omar, his brother, is a person in the Army. Um, Mom was, you know what I mean? Like it felt it felt right to tell her that because with mom you don't have to be fake. You know what I mean? Like mom is gonna understand you before anybody else does. And I don't think she was gonna admit to me that she was afraid. Who told you about the birds and the bees? Oh, McLovin, you really want me to tell this silly ass story? I'm going to tell this story. Okay. I am 13 going on 14 years old. Hormones is beating the brakes off my black ass. I am hormonal like a mug. My voice is cracking. Mama, can I have something? Did you dress up for your mom? I put this shirt on for her. I did. I put the shirt on for her. So hormones was breaking their foot off in my ass, right? And I had this little girlfriend. We hadn't done anything yet. We was a lot of slobbering. Like, I learned how to French kiss from this woman. Actually, I learned how to French kiss from another. Well, yeah, same girl. Anyway, so mom sees this. She knows, hey, it's about to be unleashed the dragon time, goddammit. I know my mom was in there talking to my uncles like, they's like, yo, hey, brother, Thomas is hormonal.
I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want it?
Listen, at 13, I was an MX missile just waiting for somebody to push the button so I could blow up. So French swole me kissing. Ain't that something wrong with you? No, slobbering is not wild chaos. Anyway, so my mother, being the woman that she is, she said, damn it, I got to find somebody to talk to this boy. My father was nowhere in sight. He was gone. So mom's like, who do I call? Oh, okay. I got a cousin, I got an uncle named Bubba, James. That is my mom's little brother. Then I have Uncle Morris. Uncle Morris was a family friend of my family since the year they moved to Kansas City when I was 3. So we called him Uncle. Like his wife Elsie was Aunt Elsie. But anyway, so my mom is gonna send these 2 men in to speak to her hormonal MX missile of a son. But what my mother did not understand is these are 2 different men. Okay, 2 totally different men. My Uncle Bubba was a very cerebral person, very thought-provoking person. So he comes in, like when he started talking to me, you can hear Al Green singing. RJ is doing a 72-hour water fast. Wish me luck. Hey, you got all the luck in the world, brother. So my Uncle Bubba comes in, and it's almost like you can hear Al Green in the background singing. You know, he's like, well, Thomas, when 2 people fall in love and the love blossoms and blooms into something almost, it comes in physical. And then what happens is you're physically, and you and the young lady are laying down, and before you do this, you probably need to put on a condom and make sure. Now, what a condom is actually a prophylactic. It's not a condom, it's prophylactic. And then that was my uncle. You can hear Al Green in the background singing, lay yo, hey, on my pillow. That was my Uncle Bubba, right? That was my uncle. That was my Uncle Bubba. About a week later, my Uncle Morris shows up. Now, my Uncle Morris is a lot more like my dad, but more vulgar. Listen, if y'all ever listen to AMG's Bitch Better Have My Money, that shit should have been playing in the background when my Uncle Morris was talking to me. That man came in there and was explaining some shit, and I was like, I don't even want to pee no more. He comes in like, all right, first thing you need to know, put a rubber on your dick. Whoa, oh, sir, wait a minute, I'm 13.
Whoa, brother, whoa.
Wait a minute.
Whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
And then when he would not take my I'm moving like, oh, I'm uncomfortable as shit. He thought it was, he said, okay, I'm going to draw down. He starts telling me about venereal diseases. And okay, in scientific books, they're chlamydia, they are syphilis, they are gonorrhea. Not to Uncle Morris. Not to Uncle Morris. Uncle Morris, that's just the clap. Yes, Corey John. Yes. That shit was the clap, the drips, the burns. I was like, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean it's going to burn? Sir, what is the burn? What are you talking about? Why is there a burn involved in this shit? Like,
Whoa, brother, whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
hold up. What do you mean I'm gonna pee and it's gonna fire gonna come out? Sir, what did the what do you mean? My 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 penis is gonna turn into Balerion the Black Dread from Game of Thrones? I was petrified, boy. I walked out and talking to my Uncle Morris with a 1,000-yard stare like I had been in Vietnam for months. He said rubbers. Listen, he's like, if you get ready to go in there, you better put a rubber on that shit. Because you're going to come out with the drips and the claps and hey, sir. What is a rubber? He's about, it's like a balloon. Oh, God, don't. Does that count as birth control? Hey, Magpie, that conversation did. Listen, that conversation scared the shit out of me. I was looking at my penis like an alien invader. Morning, dumpster baby. Dead ass. But she did it because she was like, there's nothing I can do with this boy. I'm growing hair in places I ain't have hair before. I had a mustache. Thank you, leggy lady. I appreciate that. I had a mustache, y'all. A mustache. I was so goddamn proud of that Peach Fuzz. I really was. I was so proud of it. I listen, if y'all thought me ironing my hair because I had a high top fade was bad, y'all should have seen the links I went to for that damn mustache, boy. Look. Listen, I was Don Johnson with that goddamn mustache. You couldn't tell me shit. When I started growing hair on oh my goodness. My mother like, oh, you think you grown now? You got a little mustache? You got a little beard? Like, mother, still your kid, mom. I got a mustache. It don't mean I'm, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, seriously. My mother freaked out. Like, she thought I was better than her. Or she thought thought I was a grown man because I had a mustache. Nah. I was still her little boy. Still. But I think in 8th or 9th grade, I started to get taller than my mother. I started to get taller. And in the past, my mom would say, wait till your father get home to beat your ass. But then she started realizing, what if that man don't come back? So she started beating my ass. And then at a certain point, when I got to be 5'10", 5'11", and my mother was still 5'4", 5'5", she was like, I'm not going to beat you anymore. Because she's like, I don't want to get a step ladder to have to whoop your ass. And that was a running joke for the remainder of my life, or her life. That was a running joke. My mother would be like, you're not too big and not too old for me to beat your ass. I'll just have to get a step ladder. That was a running joke. My mother was the second oldest of 5 kids. The second oldest of 5 kids. And she's a second child. I'm a second child. The second child, like, seriously, second child syndrome is real. Like, you know, there's a 9.5-year age gap between my oldest sister Linda and me. Linda will tell you, she refers to me as the wish baby because she really One of 12. Damn it, E. Sheesh. I listen. Them other 11 would have to be like kicking up like the mafia or some shit. Like, wait a minute. Listen, you, you. If there's 12 of y'all and you're number one of 12, you are the Don. Listen, capo de tutti capo, bitch. Boss of all bosses. But my mother was the one that believed that my grandmother didn't really care for her, but my grandfather did. Um, she said she always wanted a son, and upon this world I was born. My mother and father had a very tumultuous love affair. I think they absolutely number 11. God damn. I I do think my mother and father genuinely loved each other, but they weren't able to express it the way we express it today. See, a lot of y'all have let Western ideals of romance and shit cloud your head. Sometimes love is you get me, I get you, we get together. Sometimes love is I've been through some horrible shit, you done been through some horrible shit. God damn it, we gonna do it together. We gonna get it in and do it together. You know what I mean? My mother and father were born in Dillon, South Carolina. My mother was born in 1936. Think about Dillon, South Carolina, and think 1936. My father was born also in Dillon, South Carolina, in 1928. So I don't talk about racism from the standpoint of some shit I don't know. I got my shit from the source. I got my shit directly from the source. My mother and father lived through that shit. And to know that their history is something that they have taught to me and my siblings, and to see how living like that messes with you. It does some shit. It does some shit. It really puts a toll on you. You really do start looking at the world with a different set of eyes. You know, I love my mother and my father for that. I do. I love the fact that they would share those stories. You know, I learned about sundown towns from my dad, and all I knew about him was he got gas before he went through a sundown town. Like, he got gas on the other side of a sundown town. If he knew he was getting ready to drive into a sundown town, he would gas up his 18-wheeler right before so that he ain't have to stop in that bitch. A white girl spit on my mom when she was a kid. There was nothing she could do about it, you know? Um, and they raised us with that. You know, there is no sideway racism. Like, I didn't get these conversations from the man sitting next to the man, sitting next to the man, sitting next to the man, sitting next to the goddamn man they call the piccolo player a mother effer. I got them from the piccolo player. I got them directly from the piccolo player. And contrary to whatever y'all want to believe, the North wasn't that goddamn great either. My mother said she went through the same shit. She went through the exact same shit in Jersey. What's the heifer's grandkids' names? Come on, Taz. Come on, Taz. But that was who my mother was. That's the sort of person she was. Oh my God. Hold on. Magpie, you still laugh at that joke? Piccolo player's a mother. One day, Magpie, I will find the piccolo player joke and I'll put it in the Discord so you can watch the whole thing. Shout out to the late, great Robin Harris. It wasn't great in the North either. Okay, it wasn't. My mom faced discrimination and racism too. So I look at my parents not as these. I was talking to E about this abstracts. Have y'all ever noticed that there are people in your life that stop being flesh and blood and they become abstracts? Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that there are people in your life that either they're so far removed because of distancing or no contact or whatever that they stop being human beings and they start to be abstracts, like these thought processes that are they're not made of flesh. They're just aspects of a life. I think what my mom and dad inevitably did, not only to each other but to the systems and things that made them, these people stopped being people to them. They became abstracts. And the way my mother talks about my grandmother, like my older sister Linda's like, I don't know what the hell mom was talking about. Because apparently Grandma Essie loved everybody. Mom just never felt that. So when my mother talks to me about my grandmother, it was always an abstract because, like I told y'all, I never had a grandmother. I never did. My dad's mom died died a while ago. And I knew my father's father. I knew my granddad. My mom's dad died from an accident. Like he a piece of equipment or something slammed into him. And back then, if you was black, you didn't take your ass to a hospital. So he laid down and tried to heal it, and a couple of days later, he died in the home. So I've never had, and my mom's mom literally died yesterday, marked 54 years since my grandmother passed away. My mother lived my entire life plus a day before she passed away. So as a kid, being the firstborn grandchild after Essie Mae passed away, it wasn't just a big deal. It was like an albatross. Every birthday, every year. Happy birthday, Thomas. Hey, grandma died this amount of years ago. Like, what the? I ain't even eating the cake yet. Y'all come up with that? Like, word? I'm talking about every birthday for like 15, 16 years. Every birthday. I have been afraid of receiving love because it meant receiving pain. But that's the thing, E. Love should not be painful. Love should not be painful. And I can honestly say, even with me and my mom butting heads, I would trade the last 10 years of my life if I could have 10 days with her right now. I would trade the last 10 years of my life if I could just have 10 more days with my mom. Seriously. Michael Pruitt said, I remember my old man telling me the first time he saw color TV. Listen, I can remember my father drove trucks. And there are pictures of him when he was young. Woo! My father had gray hair as a child, like as a young man. He had gray hair, gray. They used to call him. They used to call him the silver fox, even as a young man. Peace and blessings, Troy. My parents, I don't ever want my parents to become abstracts. I need them to be human. I need them to. Because if I start looking at them as some series of things that happen and I don't make them flesh and blood, I will forget them. I will. And I don't want to. I don't want to. Something I told E yesterday. I asked E yesterday. I'm like, have you ever stopped and looked in a mirror and tried to see your parents' face in your own? Has anybody ever done that? You look you look in a mirror and you are looking to see your parents' face in yours. I've done it for years. My sister Linda, my sister Lizzie, my sister Quisha. All of them look like my mother. All of them. In some facet, and if you look at all three of my sisters right now, you can tell all three of them look almost identical. Almost identical. My brother Rocky is literally the spitting image of my father. The spitting image. As a kid, he was a spitting image. I've never seen my parents in my face. I have never seen my parents in my face. Yes, TikTok, I got it. I have been searching and searching and searching to find my father's face in my own. I have been searching for it. I have been searching, looking for my mother in my face. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I have a computer program where I edited an image and cleaned it up. It's a picture of my dad, and I cleaned it up so much that was the first time I saw my face, and my father. You're searching for the individual, for them individual. They are combined in you completely. I hope so, Taz. I do. I hope I am. I hope I am a combination of my mom and my dad. I do. I told y'all, even when my father wasn't in the picture, he was still teaching me. I spent 2 weeks with my old man after he was diagnosed with cancer. 2 weeks on the road, him and I. Which, to this very day, is probably the best time I've ever had with my dad. I'm a political junkie because of my father. Because you have both of their faces and they turned into something new. It's possible. It's possible, Magpie. It's possible. I spent 2 weeks with that man, and all we talked about was politics. And we didn't talk as father and son or anything like that. We talked as men. It's the best time I ever had with my dad. The very best time. It was then he was teaching me things like question everything. Don't fall for what people tell you. Look deeper than that. Be willing to be the person that stands up and asks if this is right or wrong. And if it's wrong, not doing it. He said a lot of our politicians, some of the greatest politicians, are the ones that when things were bad, they took accountability for it. When things were good, they didn't take all the credit. Other people also took credit for it. That was my dad. My mom taught me to always stand up when you shake a man's hand. Let them know you are as grown as they are. Always look them in the eye. Don't ever look away. Look them in the eye. Make sure you look them in the eye. I was the only one that my stepdad told he had cancer. Damn, Jamil, I am so, wow. Wow. My mother taught me to be respectful to those who are respectful to you. And if someone comes to you and they're not respectful, you make damn sure you either get the respect out of them or they know how much you dislike them. Be a fighter. A fighter for things that you believe in. A fighter for those who you believe in. The ideals that you believe in. My mother taught me all of this with an 11th grade education. That's why education was important to her. I don't know if I told this story. I think I probably have told y'all the story about my bachelor's degree and how ashamed I was of it because I never wanted my siblings to think that I thought I was better than them. the love I have for my siblings, the deep love that I have for all of my siblings, and that includes Quisha, who I'm hopefully today will hear something, but I don't know. The love that I have for them comes from that woman. Comes from that woman. And I hold those things in here of both of these incredibly flawed but beautiful human beings. My mother wanted me to be a better man than my father was. And she taught me that you should want that for your own children. I want my children to be better than me. I want my grandchildren to be better than them. You know what I mean? Like I don't ever want to outshine anybody. I have leadership qualities, do not get me wrong, but it's not something that I need to brag about. I don't need to come in. Y'all, the shit y'all see me give MAGA is tame compared to what's actually going on in here. Which brings me to something that I'm going to tell y'all this for two reasons. One, it is because I genuinely love each and every one of you. This is me being accountable to the community that we have built together. This is me being accountable to the coffee beans. So I want you to listen very closely. In my own mind, Mama Villain Mac, stand right there, bitch. That's my mama. Stand right there, bitch. I'm going to tell you this because it goes to the heart of me being accountable to this community. In my head, there sits a table. It's like a meeting room. And around this meeting room are all the personalities and personas that I have ever thought of, that I've ever called myself, that I've ever believed that I was. They're all in here, right? And they're arguing, bickering, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's one spot, a chair that's empty. But it's not that it's empty because nobody's in it. It is empty because what sits on the table can't sit in the chair. And that is a bullet. It's about that big. Brass, hollow point bullet. On the side of it is written this: De profundis clamino acte domine. Loosely translated to be, from the depths I cry out to thee, O Lord. That bullet represents an out. That bullet represents an out. Thank you, Swagger. Appreciate that. That bullet sits there. It says nothing. It does not speak, but you understand that it is there. And everybody else around that meeting table, nobody F's with that bullet. I am telling you all this because like I've told you before, in my head and my heart, or in physically, I flip a coin every day to decide whether or not I'm going to be here or not. So far, I have flipped this coin. It always says, stay. Stay. But I know what that bullet is. That bullet is an out. I tell you this because I want to be open and honest with you. I don't care if people on TikTok will call this, that, and the third. I really don't give a shit. They've been saying shit about me for 5 years. At this point, I no longer care. I say it to you because in my heart, I have enough room to love you all. In my heart, no, I didn't. I've never mentioned it. This is the first time I'm speaking about this out loud in front of anybody other than a therapist. Every therapist I've went to, Michelle Houston, the therapy that I took in South Korea, Nate over at the Vet Center in Kansas City, every one of them have heard that. The therapist I got over here in Dublin, every one of them have heard that story. Now I'm telling it to you. I'm telling it to you because I want you to know, like I said, I have enough love in my heart for all of you. I might not have money in my pocket to give you. I might not have an army of people you can call. I might not have all the food that you need in your home. But that doesn't mean I don't love you. That doesn't mean I don't care about you. That does not mean that I do not want the absolute best for you, whether this is the first time you're listening or watching this show or the 111th time you are watching and listening to this show. Because at the end of the day, the one thing I know I learned from my mother is this: I am a good man. I just need to learn how to love myself the way I love you. Oh, it's a celebration, Taz. It's a celebration because I am sharing with you a sliver of the life of Martha Ann McCormick. A sliver of it. She always felt like the world didn't love her. So she loved us, her 5 kids. She loved us. That's what you said. Exactly, E. See, me and E are always on the same page. I don't know what y'all tripping about. I understand not seeing a pathway to life because of you initially. I want it. And bruh, now you understand. My mother ingrained love in us. No, Chaos, that bullet, it's just that. It's just that. That's why I said it doesn't speak. Doesn't make its voice known. It doesn't make its presence known. But everybody knows it's there. It's on the table. It's right there. It's silence. It is an end. An end to pain, an end to suffering. But also an end to love, affection, intimacy, friendships, brotherhood, sisterhood. An end to being a father, an end to being a grandfather. Baba. That's why I can't let it win. That's why. It will never move. I need y'all to understand, I have been telling this story about this bullet for 20 years. It will never move. It won't. It will not move. I understand it now. I was afraid of it. I was absolutely afraid of it. Another little secret. Since this is Truthful Thursday, and I'm doing it in the spirit of the woman that raised me, that brought me into this world. I had made a vow when I was 31 years old, the eve of my 31st birthday, that if I didn't get my life fixed before I was 40, that I would take myself off the census. Obviously, that didn't happen. my life under the coffee moon territory. Yep, under the coffee moon, baby. But I didn't plan on making it past 40. No, McLovin, I was never spanked in public, never. So not having a plan on what to do after you turn 40 because you didn't think you was going to be here, it tends to make life a little bit difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like being nominated for an Oscar. You have no idea. You like, I ain't going to win. I'm not going to win. And then they call your name. You didn't even write a speech. You up here looking like Halle Berry, mouth wide open crying and shit. Like, so everything after 40, and that's 13 years now, everything after 40 has been a goddamn surprise. Everything. It's been that white woman, surprise, 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 surprise. It's been surprise or mother effing surprise, bitch. I'm like, what? Wait, whoa, grandkids, hold on, what? What? What do you mean you're this? What? I'm an atheist. It's 2013. What? So, knowing that, I needed to continue to get filled with wonderment. But there was my mom, always there. She was right there, always there. And I felt sometimes like maybe she didn't get us the way we got her. Mom was Mother Earth, goddammit. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Mama was Mother Earth. Mama was Mother Earth. Good, bad, or indifferent, and trust me and my mom had many an argument. But that's Mama Earth. You know what I'm saying? That is Mama Earth. Some of y'all were raised with single fathers. There's nothing wrong with that, first. And secondly, he's still Mama Earth. I'll never forget the first time we gave my mom Father's Day presents. We did, all 5 of us. We gave Mom Father's Day presents. And it was just natural to us. Mother's Day would come, we'd give her all kinds of shit. And then Father's Day would come, it's like, wait a minute. Y'all see Dad? No? Let's give Mom some Father's Day presents. We're like, shit. We the first year I gave my mom like a bird's nest with a bunch of seashells and shit on it, which is really pretty, but you can't hang that in a project building. What is wrong with you, sir? Rice, I am living in the moment, is what I'm doing right now, Rice. I gave her this beautiful little, it's like, wasn't that big. It was like about that tall. It had little ropes, and it was a little bird basket with seashells, and it like would chime and shit. Chingly, chingly, chingly. You ever try to hang that shit in the projects? Like, you ever? You ever try to hang something like that in the projects? We had crows over there, baby. We had boab birds. We was raised with the boab bird, damn it. Listen, my mother hung that shit outside. That shit was gone in 3 days, baby. They boab the dog shit out of that thing. They boab the dog shit out of that thing. Mom taught us the value of work, of hard work. T. Brown is in the building. Hey, T, what do we say about coffee and tea? She taught us the value of hard work. Of hard work. And she taught it by simply getting up every morning before she had a car, walking up a hill early in the morning to catch 3 buses to go clean up over at Red Roof Inn in Overland Park. She taught us that. Listen, I wish. What? Boy, look. Boy, look. Tea is joy and coffee is life. There you go, T Brown. It is a testament to single mothers. My mom's life. Me and my older sister Linda tried to get my mom to be a motivational speaker. We did. I swear, we told mom her story would be like just telling her story to young black women. That shit would have been like inspirational as hell. Because my mom's story, as beautiful as it is, as tragic as it is, it's not unusual. That's the crazy part. Women in general and black women in particular, y'all do this shit all the time. Okay, search directs people off platform. TikTok, what the Lord Jesus in heaven. Oh, great Raoul, what is wrong with TikTok this morning? You are her story told. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Taz. What the hell is wrong with TikTok this morning? I'm talking about the testament of hard work, and TikTok's like, you're directing them off app. Bitch, what? What? Man, if you don't sit your goofy ass down. When I stand up and advocate for women, when I advocate for black women, when I tell white women, when I explain to white women exactly why the situation we are in today can only be fixed by you, that comes from her. That shit comes from her, my mother. I don't talk in terms of I'm going to tell a woman what to do with her body or any shit like that, but I am going to tell you, and I said this before. Hey, yo, Ace is in the building. I said this before. The greatest untapped resource potential is women. Do you not hear me? Morning, Dots. I love you. Dottie, we celebrate mom today. You know what today is, right? That untapped potential, that strength that everybody swears up and down we need, but nobody respects it. Nobody respects it. The most disheartening shit I've seen on social media is how men bash single mothers. I hate that shit. I genuinely 100% hate that shit. Hate it. Especially considering the fact that some of the people that are saying it are products of single mothers. Perfect example. Old hairhat himself, Jason Whitlock. Y'all understand when Jason Whitlock is talking about family values and the family used to be able to do this and we were all together and this, that, and the third and welfare and this, that, and the third. I want y'all to understand that shit comes from a knowledge that Jason Whitlock is a product of a single mother. Him and his brother were both raised by a strong black single mother. He out there talking that bullshit. What is wrong with you? Listen, remember that video of the cat that was dancing in Target? I mean, not Target. He was dancing in Sam's Club, talking about how full the shelves were because all the single mothers didn't get their EBT. Hey, bro, I bet your mama would have loved some EBT. She was probably a single mother. Single motherhood is what put me where I am today. Today. You can't tell. I fight for single mothers all the goddamn time because I was raised by one. And I consider her the best ever. But it's not unique. Me asking, is today your mother's birthday or is the anniversary of her death? If you Swagger, today marks 5 years since the passing of my mother. 5 years since the passing of my mother. Some of these dudes out here talking wolf pussy tickets, not realizing that, listen, you can denigrate and shit on black mothers or black single mothers all the hell you want. Your dumbass was raised by one. Remember that light-skinned passport bro who he was also MAGA? He shit on his own mom. He said he hated his mother because his father walked out. Dog, what?
Sean the non-believer. Sean.
How is that her fault? How is that her fault? I don't blame my mother for my father walking out. I blame my father for walking the F out. What are you talking about? The one time I was about to fly my father's head was when he tried to talk shit about my mom when he was in Vegas. He said something, and we were sitting at the table. Me, my dad, and that woman he married. He started talking shit about my mother. I instinctively got low. Like, I'm at the table, right? He's talking shit. I just backed the chair back. And then he kept talking shit, so I started getting low. Like, so I could hit him with that Hadouken. And I said, Dad, what are you talking about? If that man had to finish that goddamn sentence, I'd have knocked his goddamn head off. Boom! Dog, I was gearing up the ancestor punch. I was gonna punch his ass for all the black women in history, mother. This for Harry? Oh shit, hold on. Shit, wait a minute. Hold on. It's at Angela Davis level. Nah, gotta get it low. Let me get some Tina Turner. Nah, let me get low. Rosa Parks. Hold on, wait. There it is. Harriet Tubman. I was gonna hit his ass with history, that the black woman history punch, goddamn it. What? And TikTok does it again. TikTok does it the F again. TikTok does it again. Live violation. For what? For what? Violent behaviors and criminal activities. There we go. This is how I know this goddamn app does not listen. It simply goes by what the hell their bullshit ass damn mods tell them. You gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You can't even make this shit up. That's all right. I'm about to take this shit over to Instagram. What? See, you can't even make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Did y'all hear that? Did anything I say, like, come on. TikTok on that bullshit. And I will lose the review. I mean, I will lose the damn appeal. So I'm going to go over to Instagram right quick. I can't, Magpie, so do I. So do I. I absolutely cannot stand this shit. This is why I want to make an app where every show we can go live whenever the hell we want and have these conversations so that we do not have to keep continually going after this bullshit. I see the Smoking Hots in the building. Good morning, Smoking Hot. See what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Good. Yeah, Jamila, they don't. So you know what? Fine. Appeal not approved. What did I tell y'all? What I tell y'all? When is this thing go live again? 12/4. What the hell? Restriction ended. What the shit is this? This doesn't even make any sense. Your live is not eligible, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't even say when. Hold on. At 12/7/2025. Yeah, I won't be going live on that shit. Y'all kiss my ass. It ain't gonna happen. Sorry, not gonna happen. Violent behaviors, Leggy. Violent behaviors. Violent behaviors. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Violent behaviors. Violent behaviors. Again, I don't like it. I'm trying to tell you, violent behaviors. So, I'm going to do everything I can to go live on Upscroll. I am. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to go live on Upscroll. I am. You cannot make this shit up. This is wild. This is wild. And this is why TikTok is the way it is. I do content on TikTok simply because it's my biggest platform, and I'm not doing this shit anymore. Y'all can kiss my balls. I don't care anymore. I do not give a shit. I do, however, want to make a Villains Guild website to where we can actually go live on it, and we don't have to continue dealing with that bullshit. Listen, the Villains Guild's got so many awards that we're getting ready to follow that is absolutely ridiculous. Like we getting ready to do some, like I want to do a Villains Guild newsletter and have like each member put an opinion piece every month. You know, like I was started, then we go Gambit and Angry and everything else, you know what I mean? So we have commentary from Professor Moriarty and the Outcast Nation, poetry from What Jay Said, all of that. And build a website to where we ain't got to keep dealing with this shit. But I'm not going to let that deter my day. I'm not. But I will say this. My mother would have loved y'all. My mother would have absolutely loved every one of you. Tracina with the $2 super chat. Can't stop this celebration of life. You damn right, Tracina. At the end of the day, the material shit that we have in life means nothing. It doesn't. It means absolutely nothing. It's trinkets for a life that you're living. It doesn't mean anything. Because what is it they always say? You ain't leaving out of here with all them jewels and shit. I don't care what you have in your bank account. I don't give a shit what kind of car you drive. I don't give a damn what house you live in. You're not taking that shit with you. You are not taking that shit with you. But what my mother taught me was this. It's not about the shit that you gather. It's about the lives that you touch. Which is why I said my mom would have absolutely loved every one of y'all. She would have. She would have. I try to give that love back to you. I'm not always good at it. Don't get me wrong. I have my moments. And sometimes I forget. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Dots. I forget that you guys didn't come here for an act. You came here for an honest person. And that is what I strive to be every day. I know a lot of y'all are hurting. I know that. I know they're, listen, life under the Trump regime is like, it's like a jack in the box stuck to your ass. Every morning, that some bitch comes flying through your booty hole and flying out. Flying through your booty hole, flying out. A member of our coffee bean family, Kim, experienced a loss this week, a deep loss. And Kim is now trying to navigate a world where, yep, thank you, Devon. Thank you, Dava. Thank you. Appreciate that. She's trying to navigate a world where her beloved pet is not here. I got an old dog in the house. I am afraid to take him to the vet because if they say it's time for him to go, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm probably going to be beside myself. But you know what? He knows I love him. He knows I love him. I know he loves me. I know it. I try to give you all that love every day. I do. I don't want any of you to ever feel like somebody doesn't care. You know, at the end of all of this, I am still my mother and father's son. I could be a whole lot of other things, but first, foremost, and above all, I am Robert and Marthan's son. Always have been, always will be. That has to mean something. It has to mean more than just the materialistic shit that I get. Nana, they banned it for violent behaviors, whatever the hell that means. So I give love. I give love as much. I give love to people I have never met in real life. And I started doing that like 3 years ago, maybe. Because before I was giving y'all nothing but anger. Anger, anger, anger. You listen, you're going to come to see the villain. He's going to say a whole bunch of crazy shit. The end of the conversation. That's what was going to happen. But I had to change. It wasn't about changing the content, it was about changing the person that was making the content. It was about always being myself, being the person that I know my mom and my dad raised me to be. To respect those values and to give the love freely because that's what they did. My mother and father loved me and my siblings as best as they could. As best as they could. And it is something that is a testament to the times they lived in and the experiences that they had, that they would put love above all of the things that they taught us. You know, we were talking, me and my siblings were talking a couple of weeks back. The last time we got together, I said, you know, maybe give Quisha the Zoom link. She can come in. Like the last time we spoke, my brother, Rocky, he had the spotlight. We all muted. We let him get everything off of his chest, and then we talked about it afterwards. And one of the things that I said was, yeah, invite Quisha. And we'll do the same thing. We will mute up. She can talk about everything and anything she wants. She can talk about all of her anger and everything. And then once she's done, we will sit and discuss it because we are not meant to be alone. We're not. My mother and father always taught me to acknowledge the fact that I have 4 siblings. So I will tell you honestly, I am the second oldest child and the oldest boy of 5. I have 3 sisters and a brother. I have 3 sisters and a brother. No matter what the hell is going on in this life, that's what I have. Kim with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Thomas. He's my first ever loss, and I miss him. I've never cried so hard in my life. I'm haunted by seeing him lifeless as I walked out the room. Kim, he loved you. He loved you. I was talking to E yesterday about that. And I told him, the first thing you have to acknowledge is they loved you the best way they knew how to. Kim, he loved you. He loved you. What you saw when you were walking out wasn't him anymore. That wasn't him. That was the shell that he lived in. But that wasn't him. He stays with you. And mind you, I'm an atheist, so I know a lot of people are like, oh, you don't even believe. You're right, I don't. But I do believe in presences. I do. I believe the presence of my mom, my Aunt Lillian, my Aunt Coco, my Uncle Bubba, my Aunt Elsie, my Uncle Morris, my dad. I believe their presence stays with me. It guides me. It pushes me in the path I need to be in. And I'm so thankful for that. So thankful for that. Because without that, I don't know who I would be. I don't. I don't know who I would be. Thomas Bishop and Thomas McCormick are the same person. One is just me turned up a little bit louder. But I know I feel those presences. It's like I feel the prayers they gave. Even though I didn't believe in the God that they were praying to, I still felt it. That's love, y'all. That's love. That is love. That is me giving you what was given to me freely. That is me accepting you as you are. If you improve and become better, I am a cheerleader for you. If you fall back, I'm your reminder that you've made these steps. You can keep going. And I give it to you freely. Freely. Because you need it. In the land and time of Trump, it is difficult to find something to love or find some reason to love. It is difficult as hell to find that love that sustains you, that frees you, that accepts you. It is hard as shit. The reason I give so much love to single mothers is because that love that I give was forged by one of you, by a single mother. I celebrate Black women not because it's fashionable, but because it is in the marrow of my bones. I am a product of Black womanhood. I'm a product of the joys and sorrows, the highs and the lows of Black womanhood. There's no need for me to even try to lie about the shit. No need. I can argue with an individual Black woman and not shit on the rest. I don't ever have to do that. I celebrate my brothers, whether they're Black men or white men or Native or Hispanic men. I celebrate my brothers because I need them to not simply be this piece of granite, hyper masculine, gotta fight, gotta kill, you also gotta love. You also gotta smile. You also gotta cry. So I celebrate my brothers because I know that capacity for love and compassion is within all of them. It's all about getting it out. It's all about expressing it, man to man, brother to brother. Whether I've known you for 1,000 years or I just met you 15 goddamn minutes ago, it is all about making sure you know that you do not have to just be one dimensional. You can be multifaceted, embracing and loving on every aspect of the person that you are, dealing with your traumas, dealing with pain, actually living in that sorrow and allowing somebody to help you come out of it. Because my mother taught me to. But I miss her. Oh God, I miss her. I miss. Be safe, theme park. I love you so much. Read what I wrote for you. And by all means, please take care of you. I love you. I'm glad you're here now, my bro. I am glad to be here as well, sis. I love you. I miss her. I miss her. I miss being able to kiss her on her forehead. I always say that when I kiss somebody on the forehead, the reason I do that is because I want them to know that I am on their mind and they are on mine. It's a transfer of love. My little girl, Asia, she's got it on spec now. She's got it on spec. She can, as soon as I walk up on her, she puts her head down, she knows I'm gonna kiss her right on her forehead. I kiss my wife on her forehead. I miss going to drink coffee with her while she watched her soap operas. I miss her hands. I miss her hands. After my mother passed, I got a chance to be with her before they removed her body. It's just 5 minutes. It was just 5 minutes. They were prepping her to go to the morgue. My good friend, my brother, and co-owner of Ghost Claw Productions Radio, Mr. Jeff Kennedy, has entered the room. Good morning, Jeff. Jeff, today is a celebration of the very first investor in Ghost Claw Productions Radio and Ghost Claw Productions, my mother, Martha Ann McCormick. In that 5 minutes, I tried to express what 49 at the time, 49 years of having her as a mother meant to me. And I tried to tell her all the things I was going to miss about her. Her strength, her funniness, her love, her complexities. I tried to say all of that in 5 minutes. Because I didn't break down initially. I was very stoic. I was a staff sergeant in the United States Army. There's a task. We've got to do it. That was me. But I was able to tell her how much I was going to miss her. How much of a force she has been in my life. If you have gone no contact with your parents, I understand. I understand. Because it is not easy to deal with parents that don't see you for who you are. There are aspects of my life I never told either one of my parents. So they didn't know. They had no idea. They died not knowing. But I think I told them enough. I showed them enough to show them that I do so desperately want to make them proud of me. I think I've taught them enough of that. I think I have. But it doesn't stop the hurt. Ooh. It doesn't stop the hurt. It doesn't. It doesn't stop the moments where you're alone and you're thinking about things that they've done and said. It doesn't stop it. That hurt seems to perpetuate. It seems to grow. It seems to get larger as the days go on. And I ache for her. I ache for my mother's hands. I ache for her hugs. I miss that woman more than a lot of y'all will ever understand. She was a force, an actual force in my life. Everything that I know about me came from her. Every nuance my mother knew. She knew. She's with you, bro. That's what you're feeling. Her essence is in the room with you. I hope so. I hope so. Listen, I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of goddamn mistakes. A lot of mistakes. Blown money when I should have kept it. Broke hearts when it would have been a hell of a lot easier to mend. It wasn't any reflection on her. It was a reflection on me. It was a reflection of me. How I moved, not her, me. How I operated, not her, me. That's just, whew. I miss her. I forget sometimes that the anger doesn't have to be the only thing. Like I was saying, I want to start doing more things to broaden my horizons, broaden things about me. Because it's not just one way. It's not. You are not just one thing. You are multifaceted. Someone believed in you. Someone loved you. That first love. That first love. And sometimes it hurts. And sometimes it hurts. When you don't feel their presence on you physically. day we buried my Uncle Bubba, I touched his casket because I was one of his pallbearers, and they were talking, and I just had my hand on the casket, and my sister Linda was like, "He's not there anymore. He's someplace else. He's not in that box, Thomas." And I said, "I know." I said, "But this is the one. This is the part that I will miss the most." I kissed my mother on her forehead for the very last time at her funeral. Before, I did it in the 5 minutes that I had before they removed her body. I still felt that warmth. Her skin hadn't cooled. So I felt that warmth. Me kissing on her forehead and calling her my queen, I felt that warmth. The last time I kissed her on her forehead when she was in the casket. And that warmth was gone. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew my queen was not there anymore. I want you all to feel the warmth of love I have for you. And know where it comes from. Know that it comes from a person and a place that genuinely means it. I don't mean it in the social media type way where I say it and then you meet me out in public and I'm an asshole. No. I am the same person in public that I am on this radio station. I was in we were in Macon, and I went to the Barnes and Noble there. I was looking for books. The wife was looking for books and stuff like that. The security guard recognized me. He's like, "Man, I love your TikToks," and I was just like, "Thank you, brother. I appreciate that." I want that for you. Know that if you meet me in public, I'm the same person I am right now. There's no airs, no arrogance, no nothing. This is me. And whatever you admire about me, whatever you like about me, whatever it is that inspires you, please understand it came from somebody that inspired me. Simply the greatest woman I've ever known. The first person to ever love me. The first person that ever genuinely cared about me. I give it to you in her name. Every I love you comes from Thomas, McCormick, and Marthan. Every I'm proud of you comes from Thomas, McCormick, and Marthan. Every word of inspiration comes from Thomas, McCormick, and Marthan. So I'm going to end this show today. I'm going to end this show right now, today. But I'm going to end it with this. There is more to you than pain. There is more to you than suffering. I don't care where in the world you are. There is so much more to you. The potential you have to be a light in this world is limitless. Limitless. You can tap into it any time you want. And you can be proud of who you are. You can literally reject anything and everything society tells you you're supposed to be. And you can be better, stronger, and more positive, bringing more love in this world. You are never stuck doing one thing. And I can tell you that honestly because it was told to me. It was told to me by someone who genuinely loved me. Unconditionally, without limits. To you, whether you're listening or watching, let me say this. You are limitless. You are limitless. Please show the world how truly great you are. And when you do it, you say, because Marthan McCormick said so. Because Marthan McCormick said so. I love you, Mom. And I miss you. Your baby boy, Thomas. I love you. I love you. I love you. If I don't say that every day, please forgive me. If I don't say that every day, please forgive me. But you just deserve to know. Okay, so I did not mean to make you cry. I'm sorry. It's just that's what my heart moved me to do. So this might not be a good show. I'm sorry. I blame that on me. Blame that on me. We got Flagger to play Friday tomorrow. Like we can laugh. We're gonna do a lot of laughing, you know. And I'm gonna try to make you laugh. I promise I will. It's just every December 4th, it gets a little harder. I miss my parents. I miss them both. I'm always going to be their son. E, I love you to life, brother. Taz, I love you to life, sister. DJ, I love you to life. Terry Grew, Swagger Killer, Jamila, Miss Lyles, Nana, Magpie, I love you all to life. I love you to life. I love all of you to life. Candy Poo, I love you to life. Kim, I love you to life. JLC, I love you to life. Love you to life. Love you to life. I love you all to life. Merv, I love you to life. I love you to life. Every December 4th, kids. I don't know if it'll ever get easier, but I know as long as I'm here, every December 4th, this will happen. Every August 18th will be a rough show. Every March 14th will be a rough show. Every September 9th will be a rough show. And I desperately hope that you guys stay here with me, because we can get through it. We can get through it. Right here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. On behalf of Ghost Claw Productions, LLC, on behalf of the management at Ghost Claw Productions Radio, on behalf of every show host on this great radio station, and for my mother, my queen, the best woman, the strongest woman I will ever know. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. And this has been a truthful and love-filled Truthful Thursday episode of The Sound of Coffee. I will see each and every one of you tomorrow. May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. If no one tells you they love you today, I love you. If no one tells you today they're proud of you, I'm proud of you. If no one tells you today that you are meaningful and this world is a sweeter, beautiful place with you on this side of the dirt, I am saying it to you. And Marthan McCormick says so. With love in my heart, I say this. With peace on my mind, I give this and hair grease. I will see you all tomorrow.